Hi, it's Frank Rombauskas here. Today I'd like to touch on two of the greatest challenges that salespeople face every day. Those are the challenges of cold calling and of time management. I'm going to focus a little bit more on time management right now. When a salesperson comes to me and says, Frank, how do I manage my time more effectively? I always take that with a grain of salt because I really don't believe time management is a huge problem, nor do I believe that the problem should be approached from the perspective of the typical time management books and mindset. First, I look at what the salesperson is doing, and I look at their activity on a day-to-day basis. Now, some activities cannot be avoided. Okay, we have mandatory sales meetings, mandatory corporate nonsense, mandatory training. We have to spend time writing proposals, conducting appointments, making presentations, and most importantly, closing sales and getting those signed contracts and checks so that we can earn a commission check at the end of the month. But the big, ugly thing out there I see on schedules is prospecting, cold calling. Many salespeople come to me and say, Frank, I don't like your message because I'm very successful cold calling. I make my numbers. I make 100%, 120% every month. But when we look at the schedule, we see cold calling, 3, 4, 5 hours a day. And there are two problems with this. First of all, it really stifles your ability to manage your time effectively because when we've got all those other things going on, and you're spending upwards of a third to half of your day prospecting, there's a serious problem there. Time management becomes a real challenge when it should not be. The other issue with these people who cold call, and they say they're making 100, 110, 120% of their number, I say, well, if we could free up that 40 or 50% of your schedule to pick up checks and contracts and get sales closed instead of knocking on doors and dialing the phone, what would happen to your income? We pencil that out, and they see it would easily and instantly double or triple. So your income and your sales go up exponentially when you take all the time you were spending, or as I like to say, wasting, making cold calls and free it up to get sales. Your income explodes because we're only paid to make sales. We earn commissions from closing sales, not from making cold calls. That'll be the day when I see a company paying their employees $5 a call, because that would prove that their model is true, that activity is a numbers game and it gets more results. The fact that companies don't pay you $5 or $10 a call is proof that the activity and the activity models and the numbers game is a big lie. Okay, we only earn commissions on closed sales. Now, the other issue with cold calling is it's a one-to-one interaction. There's no leverage. You can only make one phone call at a time. You can only knock on one door at a time. As a result of that, your income is very strictly limited. When you can replace cold calling with the systems that I teach, I coined the term self-marketing, but we can call it prospecting systems, lead generation systems, whatever you like. You can eliminate cold calling on that one-to-one basis and start leveraging 10-to-1, 20-to-1, 50-to-1. Now your income explodes because instead of generating 2 or 3 leads a day, you're generating 20 or 30 leads a day. You don't even have time to call back all the leads, so you only work the biggest ones. You give the smaller ones to other sales reps and split the commissions. So your income goes up not just double or triple, but at that point it goes up exponentially. You become one of those 6-figure earners, one of those top producers making over $200,000 a year. Okay, it's possible because I did it and my students do it all the time. But again, coming back to that word time, if you're cold calling, you won't have time to pick up enough contracts and close enough sales to make that 6 figures or that $200,000 a year. So the key here is to stop cold calling, not just because it's ineffective, but because it creates a tremendous time management problem and because it's not non-leveraged. You want leverage systems to generate leads for you. That's the only way you'll get enough leads to make the big, big numbers and really live the good life. If you want to learn more, check out my site, nevercoldcall.com. If you go to that page, you can download the first 10 chapters of my comprehensive home study course, begin learning how to stop cold calling and start getting sales instead. Thank you.